allow Brother Shabbat to say a few words.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Young people, it's great to see people who are under 30 here. My talk is about really repatriation, but it's in context of reparations. We were in the we're in the West for some 15 generations of slavery and another additional 4 generations of so-called freedom. And most of that time we worked for free to establish capitalism, the system that runs the world, of which we definitely have no control over now. We need to be making demands on it, because if you are just taking this trip, it's a big bite out of your wallet. Coming to Africa, I just want to tell you about me, how I came here, and I'm an artist. I was in a loft on Myrtle Avenue paying, what, $1,400 a month. It came up to about $20,000 a year. I was struggling. I had to go do construction work just to pay the money for the loft, and I couldn't actually work in the loft. So I called up a friend of mine, Brother Aswad, he's an artist here, and I said, brother, what's up? Well, prior to that, somebody had made a link for him because he was missing from my life. So we got in contact. I asked, what's up? How are you doing down there? He said, well, it's good, but I'm struggling. So I started to talk figures with them, which is really where I want to go with you. I said, what's the cost for rent down there? He said, $100 a month. I said, $100 a month? I asked him to describe the place. He told me he could get a house, 4 bedrooms, and I looked at what I had. I looked at my situation. I have a family of 4. I have 2 older kids. They're graduate. Well, I should say this. I dreamt of coming to Africa before I left Jamaica. I wanted to go to the United States to get a degree and go to Africa.
Okay.
But I fell in love and got married. 20 years passed. 20 years just quickly. I said, what? Where's my dream?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So anyway, when those kids were grown and it's like a new family was beginning, I said, wait a minute. Let me take stock here. So I looked at the numbers, I looked at the figures, what it was costing me to live. I also taught for a while in Erasmus High School for 2 years. And I used to teach kids this lesson. I used to ask them, what does it cost you to live in your mother's house? You know what your mother paid for rent. So I started to look at all those numbers for myself. And it is true that it costs $60,000 a year for a family of 4 to live in the United States. And if you're not making $60,000 a year, you are taking money from somewhere to put somewhere else within the 30 or 40,000 that you're making. So anyway, I calculated that I could buy 2 tickets for my rent alone. I could buy 2 tickets. I could ship a container, and I could come and rent a house for a whole year. I could make all the art I wanted and ship it back to the United States for less than the money it cost me to rent my loft. So I shipped my container. I shipped my container before I got my ticket. So the experience is this. If you really are interested in coming here, what will it take? It will take, if you're a family of 4, just tickets and settling will going to cost you $30,000. Meaning it's about $10,000 for the tickets. If you're going to come to Accra, Ghana, well, I'm not even this neighborhood, but a fairly decent neighborhood, you're going to rent 2 years. That's about $15,000. When I came, I paid $100 a year. But I'm talking about now figures.
100 a month, right? 100 a month.
100 a month. Sorry. So Well, I have details we could talk about later in terms of the breakdown of the figures, but it's going to cost a family to repatriate about $50,000 just to come here, set up, have some kind of mobile car, and be able to send 2 children to school. It doesn't have anything to do with how you're going to live for the next. So you will have to have some money to set up a business. I came alone. I didn't bring my family. When I came, I realized that the first person pioneering position was probably the best position to take, because I met many people who had repatriated, went into that big lease, 4 or 5 years lease, and the money that they spent in the 4 or 5 years could build a house and buy a land in Ghana right here. And at the end of that day, at the end of the 4 or 5 years, you have lost all your contacts. They've forgotten about you over there. And those who owe you money don't want to send you money anymore. So you will have a problem at the end of that period. So I suggest that the best way to actually do repatriation, the way I do it, is to come here, get a land, go back, pay some money, go back, get some money, back and forth. It has taken me, I first came here from Brooklyn 2002 in January. I went through a whole lot, but you know, I lost myself a couple of times. Africa is, especially Rastafarians, this is our Zion, so it's an ideal place for us, but it's a very real place. And all Africans, East or West, are not perfect. So you can lose your stuff, but if you're determined, you can come back. So anyway, I lost my stuff first year, came back, got some land, did it, realized that I needed to bond with my family after some time. I spent 3 years in the United States between 2006 and 2009, thinking, okay, my girls are growing, they need their father, I need to bond with them, I need to preach this word, because I realized that repatriation as an individual is actually costly. It would be much easier if 4 or 5 or 10 or groups of people decided to repatriate together, because otherwise it's going to cost you lots of money, you're going to make lots of mistakes. You're going to spend resources. Right now, I can say briefly, there are 15 Rastafarians that I know building 15 different houses, and we're all at this stage. We may have finished 1 or 2 rooms, but we're all at a stage. We could have put all that money. My stage cost me some $30,000, and I only have so far 2 rooms that I can live in. But I could have put that with other people, and we could have actually built a hotel to house us. But because of the way I came, I did not consult too many people when I was coming. I just decided it was time. I've given enough energy as a Rastafarian to Babylon. And I had not given anything to Africa. And I dream about Africa all my side to come. And I didn't really want to go and talk to anyone who wasn't ready to come. And there was only one person that I knew that was already here, so I just came. So I suggest that if we are considering repatriation, because you could be an Africanist and you want to just live in the United States and do your thing and support something in Africa, and you don't necessarily have to live there, and you can still be a good Africanist in the United States. But if you want to repatriate, if you want to come here and live, if you think that all the energy that you've given, because basically if you're living in the United States, you're giving the United States your energy.
Say that.
They are taking all of your energy. If you live in, when I came here when I was 44, I'm
100.
Yeah, 100 now. But at that point I said, what? How could you possibly say you're a Rastafarian, you are a Pan-Africanist, and you give all your life's energy to the United States of America? or an entity like that. No, I had to come. I said, well, at the time I was going, I'm a fine artist, let's say. Lots of people rob me, take my things, all kind of stuff we go through. So I said to myself, I'd rather go to Africa and let the Africans rob me. No, I came and some they rob me, but you know, I don't regret anything about coming. So I am suggesting to keep it on reparations. When I first decided to come, I realized that I wasn't going to wait. There was no way I know that no white man is going to pay for me to come to Africa. Not in this generation. And I don't, maybe they'll change. They voted for Obama. But I can't wait on that. My life energy is going. So, I do a little illegal activity that a lot of people do. And I decided to impose a tax on myself. So I said to the mother of my children, I said, listen, anytime you see me step out this room, make sure I pay when I come back. So they would come, when I step back in the room, they'll taxes. And that is how I actually sent my container $4,500 to here. So I personally say that we need to know what it is costing us now in the United States to live. I can give you figures of what it will cost you in Ghana. It is far less than it will cost you to live in Ghana than the United States. The other thing that I really want to mention about reparation and repatriation is that African people love us. Those who love us, they love us. When I came, okay, fast forward. I live in Pando, Volta region. When the rent decided to go up, the landlord raised the rent. I said, no, I want $100 a month rent. So it took me 150 miles up the lake to a place called Pando. I have a 4-bedroom house. I can make all the art I want. I have yard, all that stuff. But here's the point. I was introduced, well, I had no means of an income here. And some young Rastafarian took me to a doctor. The doctor had plenty of land, and he said, oh, you want to be a rice farmer? She just, do you want to be a farmer? I said, yes. So, well, there's some land. Now, I cannot think of any place in the Western Hemisphere where they would trust any black man to give him 10 acres of land and say, go farm rice. Unless a black man owns that property. Yes. And you're going to have to pay money. So, but I was given an opportunity based on the fact that I was just a black man in a strange land, didn't have any family, and somebody wanted to help me.
Wow.
But that's not something that happens in the United States of America.
No.
So, indeed, reparations. What I am suggesting to you is we do the numbers, we know what it costs us, we do our research when you come here, we know what it costs to make that transition. You're going to set up a business, you do your investigation well to see what it's going to cost you. You have to do the numbers, okay? And we don't have to wait for someone to repair our past. We can repair it ourselves by imposing self-government, imposing our taxes on our own selves and finding our own way. I thank you very much. And